Streaming services offer higher quality video and audio with few, if any, commercials, and subscribing to multiple services is cheaper than paying a single cable TV bill. There's no way to say it. Streaming is the future. To stream content to your TV, you need a streaming device, a gadget that plugs into your TV, and provides access to streaming services. Streaming devices are everywhere. They come in all shapes and sizes, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. Some are ideal for traveling, while others are powerful enough to be the centerpiece of a home theater. After hours of research, and after taking experts' advice, we have listed the 5 best streaming devices to help you choose the one that suits you perfectly. The links for the products mentioned in the video are in the description below. You could also find a more detailed analysis and a comparison tool on our website, pickadvisor.com. Let's get right into our top picks. Number 5. Google Chromecast. The streaming stick market is a street fight these days, and Google is wading right into it with the new Google Chromecast with Google TV. It's priced practically identically to the Amazon Fire Stick 4K and Roku Streaming Stick Plus, and they're all excellent 4K HDR-ready streaming devices. The Google Chromecast and Google TV edges slightly ahead of the Roku Streaming Stick Plus this year, mostly thanks to its support for Dolby Vision HDR and Android apps, different from the previous Chromecast models. That adds a ton of value. This model still lets you cast from a phone, laptop, or anything with a Chrome browser, but you also get a remote and full app-based experience. You also get tighter integration with the Google Assistant, which is a boon for people that rely on Nest and other Google-powered smart devices. Overall, any of the streaming sticks are a great bet, but the Chromecast with the Google TV does just enough for us to earn its best value badge here. Number 4. Roku Streaming Stick Plus. The Roku Streaming Stick Plus is a fantastic way to get a lot in a small package and at a great price. It offers 4K and HDR support in a stick form factor, and in our tests, it was nearly as fast as a full-size Roku Ultra. Though it only works over Wi-Fi, the Stick Plus did just fine streaming 4K HDR content, comparing well to the other 4K ready options we've tested. The antenna is built into the USB power cable, a design Roku claims offers improved reception. The Streaming Stick Plus ships with a remote control, offering voice command and full control over your TV's power and volume. The remote doesn't have a headphone jack though. You can still listen wirelessly with any Roku via your phone and the Roku app. You can also add on the Roku Voice Remote Pro, which does have a headphone jack for just over half the cost of the streaming stick itself. The closest competitors are the Amazon Fire Stick 4K and the Google Chromecast with Google TV, both of which have nearly identical feature sets, remotes, and include 4K HDR support. Number 3. Apple TV 4K. If you're an all-in for Apple kind of consumer, you're used to a higher ticket price for multimedia bliss. And of course, you're going to want an Apple TV 4K. With the new Apple TV 4K, Apple has finally gotten around fixing the Apple TV's most gnarling flaw, the finicky remote. The new clicker is thicker, easier to hold, and it has a proper directional pad for quickly navigating the linear menus common among streaming services. The remote also features a dedicated button to summon the voice assistant Siri, as well as a rechargeable battery. It's slick, easy to use, and has a level of polish uncommon in other plastic streaming box remotes. Though, we'd prefer dedicated buttons to quickly open your favorite streaming apps. We'll take what we can get if it means the old remote bites the dust. The rest of the package is largely warmed over from previous generation, though this isn't necessarily a bad thing. The processor is updated and extremely snappy. Apple's interface continues to shine with some wonderful screensavers and a full collection of the most popular streaming services. And the box has full Dolby Atmos including Netflix and Dolby Vision support. It's more expensive than most of the other streaming devices mentioned here, but it's worth the price. The Apple TV 4K syncs seamlessly with all of your other Apple gear, and its insanely fast A12 Bionic chip leaves standard quad-core processors in the dust. There will be a bit of trade-off though. Siri and iTunes may be there for you, but the Apple TV 4K's collection of apps isn't as deep as Roku or Fire TV's. You'll have to live without the Bigfoot channel. Not that devotees need further convincing, but the Apple TV 4K supports 4K, Dolby Vision, HDR+, and the picture quality is pristine. If you're an Apple acolyte, this is the streaming TV box for you. Number 2. Amazon Fire TV Cube. If you and your trusty Alexa have been eagerly awaiting the Amazonization of everything in your life, great news! The feature-packed Amazon Fire TV Cube is here and even resembles a Star Trek Borg ship. The main thing that sets it apart as its supports for hands-free Alexa control and its built-in infrared blasters. Barring laryngitis, that means no more lost remote. Theoretically, this gives the Fire TV Cube the ability to control your smart devices, your legacy devices like AV receivers through their infrared remote ports, and your TV through the HDMI cable. When everything works, it's really cool to tell Alexa to dim your lights, check the weather, change the channel, close your smart blinds, water your lawn, and stream Netflix without lifting a finger. The Amazon Fire TV Cube has 4K, HDR, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision, as do the other devices reviewed here. Plus, the Fire TV Cube has the advantage of being Ethernet cable ready for a direct solid internet connection. The Cube also doesn't discriminate against your non-Amazon apps. Prime Video is clearly favored, but the Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and the rest aren't left out. But really, the Alexa connection is the big selling point of the Fire TV Cube. All of the household controls in one remote, and we like it. For total home entertainment command, go Cube. Number 1. Roku Ultra. Though Roku's lineup has undergone some changes in the past few years, the latest Roku Ultra is the current flagship model and will be the best option for most people. It supports 4K HDR, Dolby Atmos sound on select services, and nearly every streaming service, including Apple's own TV app. It was the first non-Apple device to fully support the app, letting you access your iTunes purchases and rent or buy movies from Apple just like you would on your Apple TV. Like many Roku devices, it also supports Apple AirPlay and basic HomeKit smart home functionality. Roku's interface has become slightly more cluttered with ads than it used to be, though these are primarily for the Roku Channel, a free ad-supported streaming service that includes mostly basic cable-level movies and TV shows. It's not great, but your favorite apps are still front and center, making it easier to move from Netflix to Amazon to Disney Plus without getting lost. Otherwise, the interface looks just like it has for the past few years. It's relatively easy to navigate, and Roku makes it even easier with the voice control and dedicated buttons on the remote control for 4 major streaming services. The Roku Ultra continues to be the easiest to use, with the best remote and nearly every app you want. The Roku Ultra's remote continues to be the best around. It's easiest to use, it has dedicated buttons to go straight to the services you probably use the most, and programmable buttons you can point to other apps. It also has volume and power buttons for your TV, so you may only need a single remote if you don't use cable. Best of all, the remote has a headphone jack so you can plug in any old pair of headphones and instantly have wireless audio for whatever you're streaming. Perfect for late night binge watching, especially if you share a living space with someone who goes to bed early. You can also do this with the Roku app for your smartphone. Add it up and Roku makes a very tight case, especially for the price. It's fast, easy to use, and has the best remote, and has access to a wide array of content. Outside of people on a tight budget and those with very specific technical needs, the Roku Ultra is your best bet. A streaming media player lets you watch video from the internet on your TV. For example, you can watch Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, or YouTube on your TV using one of these devices. All of these devices require that you have internet access at your home. Most require Wi-Fi as well. Few devices have built-in apps that give you content for your mostly paid services. However, getting the best streaming device is quite challenging when you have plenty of models available on the market with a decent design and innovative features. All the products mentioned above are a perfect blend of versatility and innovation, providing the users the best-in-class experience. Choose wisely which product suits you the best and will fulfill all your requirements. Let us know in the comments which model works for you the best and why. Thank you for watching the video, and that is all for this one. If you find this video helpful in any way, give a huge thumbs up. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos by subscribing to our channel. See you guys in the next one.